think I need to just say what I have to say. It has been... Keep on knocking my toe. Ouch, 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 ouch. I think, yeah, this is better. Thank you for coming over. It has been an interesting day. I am a little frustrated because hi Ronco, how are you? Oh, thank you for coming. Oh, I appreciate it. It's been a long time since I've spoken to you. How are you doing? How is your music classes going? I think I'm just going to do music here. I really appreciate you coming over. It's been an interesting past couple of days. I don't know. Back to square one on TikTok. It's not a good experience. Not a good experience at all. So I've been having a moment. I want to continue just doing the lives here and growing on YouTube, I think. Maybe that is the way forward. I hope I'm helping you guys in some way or another. If that is the case, spread the news and share the channel with your friends if that's okay. My painting, good question. I have it, but I still need to get some more paint. The paint that I have right now is... Yeah, I ran out of white paint. I need to go back and pick up some white paint before I can continue. Before I can continue. I mean, it looks like it's finished. I'll show it to you now. It looks like it's finished, but I think I could do more with it. I have a frame. I didn't put the number in because I'm still not sure about the number. I might want to keep it plain. I have to think about that. But I have a frame here, and it can go back into the frame. I'm just not sure if it's ready yet. So I'm still debating on what I should do here. I'm going to move you here. I can sit over here. Would you like me to put some music on in the background? Would you just like a simple day? I don't know what you want to do. What do you guys have in mind? But I appreciate you guys big time on YouTube. I think this might be the platform. I'm not sure. But I have had some real interesting moments on... I don't have makeup on today, so I look a little flat. No, it wasn't. It was me and my bubbles. It's not a... It's a burp. Who are you? And vulgar talk gets you reported and removed. Please do not do vulgar talk. I do reports because I'm in charge of this channel, so please be very cognizant of what you say on here, okay? Hi, how are you? Bachelor Kumpati? Where are you guys from? Where are you guys joining me from? What's your... I'm a little tired today. I had a music student and then I had my art... The music student is my art student, so that was kind of fun. If you guys need any music or art classes, I actually do teach. I am a professional instructor. I have all my information if that is something you want to do, but you have, this channel has so many data information pieces from India as well. Okay. Kadapa. Where's Kadapa? I don't even know. Is that part of, is it in Africa? This is terrible. I actually don't know. AP? Yeah. If you guys don't mind just liking this channel and sharing it out, that would be wonderful. I have to start all over again on TikTok. This will be the second time, so I'm really not sure if I want to do that anymore. I think I want to just focus on YouTube because you guys communicate to me. There's like a good conversation that goes on here, and I feel like it's a little bit more educational and it's more productive on my end of things. And I think I'm helping you guys. I'm not sure, but I feel as if I am helping in some way or another. Let me put a bit of music on. Oh, come on. Oh, why am I having a moment? Okay. This was the music I was working on the other day. I'll put it on. Just to listen to it. Just a little bit of music for the background. Oh, and I have my Poshmark. Give me a second. I need to just get my Poshmark quickly. Okay, that's interesting, meaning Andhrop. Is that part of India? Unfortunately, I don't know too much of the locations. Let's keep this simple. Hold on. Hold on. There are many things I don't know. Let me just put my SoundCloud on so it's not so crazy. It's just a very casual listening moment. Okay. So we have a little bit of music. Yes, okay. I can't say that I know too much about all of India. I know little bits of information. Fantastic. Well, I'm glad I was able to get that right. Why do I have to get up and jump? Yeah, I don't do that. I'm too old. I have a broken leg. I don't do that stuff anymore. I don't have to take instructions by somebody I don't know. So I'm here because I don't usually do a Sunday. I generally do the week. And yeah, I don't take disrespectful people. So whoever's watching this at the moment or after or whatever, if you see me talking to the screen, it's not about you. It's for the scrolling messages on here that people write down. So I'm doing two things at once because these lives are recorded live. So everybody gets to see them after they're played, right? After it's pre-recorded. Oh, I'm not rude, actually. Are you looking at this person? Ashkan? I'm not the one to be rude, but if you're going to be intolerable, I might... Okay, we're going to report you right now. Remove and report. No, unwanted harassment and bullying. Person's harassing me. There we go. You. You do not speak to me in this tone of voice, okay? So that's how we deal with people on here. This is my page. I am in charge of my page, and I am the one that goes live. Yeah, I don't care what you are. I don't know who you are, and I've never seen you on here, so I suppose you are just a Hive user on this channel. There we go, problem solved. Okay. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna play a bit of music just to calm down because I really don't need that in my life today. I don't know how people think that this is okay to communicate to people in certain ways. This is the same thing that applies to everybody on other platforms. Okay. I don't think I know you guys. There we go. Okay, let's get back to my music. Okay, the people are going to play nice to me now. Okay, so the tracks that you're hearing on my live, some of them I've played. This is a channel for music production. I produce music, I also do art, I paint. So I don't generally come on here on a live on a Sunday. I'm usually here during the week around this time. I do prefer people who are not trying to cause problems on my page, because I think that is just not the way life should go. I think everybody, and as I've explained, everybody should be cognizant and aware of how other people are treated, whether it's in the space, whether it's outside. Yeah, I'm a Gen X. I'm not 22, I'm not 23, I'm 44 years old. Okay, I'm not a little kid. I have many years of experience in education. I have many years of experience in learning education, and my life is not based around what people assume it should be, rather than, or more about what you're capable of doing within the space at this time. Okay, so I can report, and I'm allowed to tell YouTube, because YouTube is in charge of the space, who can stay and who cannot stay. And it's that simple. So if there is a problem, I have hidden people's messages who have been relatively rude, and I will continue doing that, because this is not how to respect people, and to respect others is by coming in and being pleasant within a space. Okay? Okay, so this is generally my time to kind of work on music, right? I do it live because I can. And I've worked very hard on putting this page together, so I think it's important for people to, I mean, if you want to go live, you figure it out. I'm not here to hold hands for people. If you want to learn how to use YouTube, and if you want to learn how to upload things, and if you want to learn how to do websites, I do it all. I don't have anybody doing it for me. I am my boss. I am my own boss. So if that's something you want to learn, by all means, ask me questions on how to build up your YouTube channel and how to make it happen, and what it is that the direction you're going in is going to work for you. Simple. And why I'm not, like, you have to stick to YouTube rules. That's how it goes on YouTube. Like, if you're going to do it, you're going to do it right. I'm a little flustered. Okay, and if you want to learn music theory, I teach music theory. This is an education channel. It's not a rapper channel. I do production, okay? Girls can do the same thing guys can do. It doesn't mean that just because the music industry is surrounded by mainly men doesn't mean that women cannot participate in this either, okay? And I'm starting my own business. So if I'm starting my own business, I can do it the way I want to do it. It's not anybody else's decision of how it's done. It's how I put it together and manifest this, okay? yes, I am playing the piano. Here, I'll move my fingers a little bit. So all this stuff you see up here I've put together. I built my own little studio space. Lots I can do. Okay. So I'm just generally calming myself down because today has been one of those days on TikTok, and I realize that not everybody who is in support of your page is necessarily for your page, meaning people are trying to take you down in all directions, and that's not cool. My husband's back, so I need to... Do you want to say hi on a live? Oh, he's like, no, I don't want to say live. So I'm just going live. He just got back from his workplace. Nice to have him home early, which is wonderful. And yeah, it's just, I think, I don't know. This is like the second try I've gone on TikTok, and it's been like a complication. Always with people who are trying to get you on, they say people in your DMs, when they start asking you questions and getting you involved in creators networking protocol, you can, in theory, and what I've just heard today or the other day, is in theory, once you get the 10,000 followers, then you get a creators network agent. Before that, it's considered illegal. So whatever people are doing on the underside of what's going on TikTok and trying to get people into their business platform to help them go live is actually a scam. It's not from, and it's happened to me twice, and both times was a bad situation. So I now know that that is the problem. And I had gone live without an agent. So I don't even know why the agent wanted my particular information. And I think that that is my concern, is I think having my Facebook page is still a lifesaver. I'm not on it as much. Maybe I get back on it, but it's extremely stressful for me. I'm obviously drained and tired from trying to move from platform to platform. It's just not conducive to people's health. It really is not. So let me put some music on. It's just not conducive. Okay, it's just not conducive, and I feel as if trying to stay away from people is more or less what I prefer doing. Maybe if I can grow this channel, it might be. I have so much work on here. I have over 666 or 7 videos. And this was basically my backup page for all the other platforms. So I was putting everything in here to make sure that I had a solid grounding. I had lost my job, not due to, sorry, I have fluff all over not due to my situation, but more of what had happened during COVID and the precautionary measures I had taken before anybody else had taken. And the school obviously did not like that. And 2 days later, the news broke out that, in fact, there was something going on. We found out it was COVID afterwards, and masks were mandatory. So I was wearing a mask before people were wearing masks. I lived in Japan, so I knew that masks were important to wear at the time when something like this, like an emergency, actually occurs. So that is generally what had happened. So they were wrong, basically, and I got paid out for unemployment, which was great, because that's the only way you can get unemployment, is to know your facts, and their facts were incorrect, and that's basically what had happened. So now I've had to start over again a couple of times on a different platform or different platforms just to get myself up and running. This stuff I have had for years. This is not new equipment. This is old equipment. Okay, I've had to build myself up on numerous occasions. I do feel as if you are going to do something like TikTok, and this is a warning for other people who have possibly joined creators networks before they have reached 10,000 followers. Guys, I promise you, do not do it. Do not do it. It's the second time it's happened to me, and I didn't approve of either one of the times. So I'm letting people know, only when you reach 10,000, I've jeopardized both my pages. I've had to start a new one over again because of this whole problem, which has now happened, and it's taken me a few hours to resolve it and reconnect with people to let them know that a new page is in the works. But it's a lot of time and effort and energy, and it's hard. It's not easy to build pages. I have pages and pages and pages of platforms that I have put together. At least I probably mastered the idea of how to put together social media platforms without even hesitating. I think I know it inside and out now. I think I can tell people how to get on the performance bonus if that's what they want on Facebook. I can show people how to build TikTok without being. Just make sure you don't go with the creators networks. They're not qualified unless they're doing it after you've reached a certain amount of followers. Okay, so that's my warning about TikTok. I'm not sure if I want to continue with it. I may, because I've made so many contacts. It would be nice if everybody from there would follow me on my YouTube channel, because this is pretty solid. There's a lot of work that's gone into this page, and I feel as if this is my portfolio. This is now my portfolio. I can carry this around the world and not worry about having nothing to show. All of this is proof. I have my websites on here that I've built on my own. I have my Facebook channel that I've built on my own. Poshmark, I've built on my own. Whatnot, I've built on my own. I built everything on my own. So if anybody has questions on how to build things from scratch on ground zero basic levels, I don't know if I've learned how to do apps yet, but I might consider building an app one day. That would be kind of fun, because that's what's making the money now, right? The apps are making money. And yeah, that's where I am right now. And at 44, I think I've learned enough about life to know how to deal with certain situations. And I just feel, yeah, today is just a talk day. I'm just frustrated. I'm aggravated about what had happened on my page. Not this page, but sometimes things on this page are a little frustrating, because people are trying to agitate you, right? They're trying to agitate you, and what happens is this is played, it's recorded live, meaning people are watching your reactions as we go along. And I'm generally, like in this case, I know I'm speaking to an empty room. Like around me, it's an empty room besides the screen, which is the lives. And I've had to learn how to deal with live conversation without literally being in front of a whole group of audience members right in front of me. I mean, you guys are watching me through a screen, so I can't see you, but you can see me. It's a little bit different when you're doing a presentation or a discussion of topical conversation in a public room with like 500 people in the space and you're supposed to have a discussion. It's a little bit different. I've more or less done that too. I did my master's in art. I did a master's exhibition where I performed with musicians and artists. I produce my own music. As you can hear, this is the stuff that I've produced. I don't put it out there necessarily. I use it for the purpose of channel developments and build up, because copyright is real. You don't want to take other people's music and utilize it accordingly. You want to make sure that it's legitimized. So there are many, many things, but I think today's discussion was more about TikTok and the Creators Network. I have heard that if you're going to do that, once again, make sure you have 10,000 followers. Before that, you don't even get paid. You will not get paid for anything you do, even if you join a network. It does not constitute as anything. So that is my know-how of my experience as to what's been happening. Reminder that if people are rude and unkind on my channel to either myself or other people on here while they're watching, they will be blocked and reported, because I have done that many, many times, and it's not impossible because I have control over my space. And that is why it's important to make sure you always have control over your spaces, whether it's a website you build, whether it's a YouTube channel, whether it's a whatnot, whether it's a Poshmark. Don't ever, ever, ever give up your power to somebody else to control. It is the most demoralizing experience you can have when somebody takes over your power that you have created so hard to put together, just for them to destroy it. I think people get a rush out of this and a thrill. And I do not think that it's funny at all. I don't. People work too hard to put these things together on their own. They really don't need more people to just disgrace the space and destroy the environment that was peaceful at first. No problems, no issues, right? So that is my experience. If you have any questions and you have any reasonable discussions, feel free to answer or ask any questions of whatever you have in mind within the arts and relevant discussions. I paint. Yeah, I had an article at the Smithsonian. I still do. It's still there. It's still at the library, in their library, which is pretty cool. And yeah, I think I've already been through so much in my life that, you know, the internet's just more of a headache when it comes down to people who do not understand how hard it is to put things together. Like, I've had to build my life up so many times in so many ways. I've learned to accept that not everything is perfect in life, and that things are always going to, you know, a stone could get in the way of the bridge and the bridge can tumble, or a stone can get in the way of your path and you're trying to cycle to the direction as fast as you can and you trip and stumble. There's always a problem. It will never be a perfect road. There will always be an issue. And that's life's learning curve, I guess, is when you realize that it's never a straight road to growth. Never a straight road to growth. It is always a it could be a development. It could be a growth and a possible, yeah, just a lot to think about. And I just really am, this is the second time another creators network, it ends the same way. That's why I know that this seems to be, yes, you can go live if you don't have over 100 followers, right? It can be done. That part can be done. That's no problem. But to generate the money from doing the Creators Network thing under 10,000 is merely impossible. It doesn't work like that. At least from what I've heard, it doesn't work like that. And it's called under the table type of stuff, which is not legal. So, yeah. I don't know what to think anymore. I think creating your own path is the only way forward. There is no, let's follow a trend. Sure, follow a trend, but because everybody's trying to follow the same trend. Why would you want to follow the same trend as everybody else? It leads you in the direction of not a trendsetter. The whole point of success is to be a trendsetter, isn't it? You know, those people who are successful didn't make it because they followed a trend. They followed their own path and their passion. That's what they did, you know. Trendsetters are just general sheep that follow a collection of other sheep. You want to be that black sheep to stand out and make your own happen. Why do you want to be like everybody else? So I do music. Who cares? Lots of people do music, but not everybody composes like I do. Not everybody plays the piano like I do. I don't necessarily sing, and I don't wish to necessarily sing. It's not my thing. It's not what... I don't think I was sent here for singing. I was sent here for some other purpose. And I was also sent here to be somebody to help and to teach. Because as somebody that's of my age, everybody's like, you look really young. I'm like, not really young. I'm like 44 years old, 1979. That's like maybe older than some of the people that are watching right now. I don't know. Some of them might be older. It could be a various group of people, all variants in ages. And I choose to do it this way because I feel it's important to help people in all platforms, in all parts of their life. Life is never easy. Okay, it's not. We never had technology growing up as a kid. I didn't have technology. I mean, I was living in Japan, and sure, we had like stuff, right? Oh yeah, I lived in Japan. If you didn't know, I lived in Japan for 9 years of my life. So I spoke Nihongo. So what I would usually say is hajimemashite, matashi da, or hajimemashite, watashi no namae wa Shinta desu. If you know what that is, then that would be great. So I'll leave it there so you guys can figure it out. If you don't know what it is, go look it up. That's what research is about. Okay, so just to get back into this discussion, I think I'm trying to take a breather. I now know that my page has been jeopardized, so that means I can no longer go live on TikTok for a while, which is really frustrating because this took me weeks to put together, weeks, okay, to build back up again. After the first time it didn't work. Sorry, I'm gonna get some water. Never easy. But never lose control of any of your pages just for everybody else's sake, to everybody else's gain. That is the lesson that I've learned from this experience. Don't even say yes to anything in messages in TikTok. I don't know what else to say. And even if you have known a person for a long time, don't trust them if they haven't helped you the first time around. That was my mistake. I thought I could trust this person because it was a person that I thought was my friend's friend, only to find out that he had never tried helping me before, so I don't even know why he bothered asking me to join his thing. Only to find out that there was obviously another ulterior motive, because you really cannot. And if people do not know that you are not allowed to ask people under 10,000 followers to be, 10,000 followers but to be on the creators network, that's illegal action right there. And TikTok will like respond to that hopefully, and they will take it seriously. So don't listen to people. Focus on what you're capable of doing and grow from that. That is what I have learned. What time is it now? Okay, so it's almost, I've been here a little bit. For a little bit. Let me see. Yeah, I don't want to be too long. I wanted to do sort of a video on this discussion today besides having this. And by the way, you can download these live, so you can always clip and edit these things accordingly. That's why I like coming on live, because I can use them for purposes of videos. I haven't done a formal video, so I might go ahead and do that just now to incorporate into this live. So I have a starting point to discuss. So yeah, it is for people's own safety to make sure that you have control of every single one of your pages that you put together. Because if you do not, you have people who can take over your pages and steal your stuff. Even trying to divulge or digress a YouTube channel into another person's storyline and them trying to create something off of your channel is also considered hijacking. So you don't want that to happen. You want to make sure that you have complete control. You know what you're going to do. You know where you're going to take this. On any platform, for that matter. Stay in control. Stay in control. That's simple. Don't have people try to tell you what to do. Stand your ground, you know. I've had to learn to stand my ground. It's something that I have not been able to do for years because I just listen to everybody. So this is a day to acknowledge that it's time to follow your own heart. Don't listen to other people's decisions on what they think you should do. Okay, so that's my little chit chat of the day. What I will say now is, arigatou gozaimashita, matashita sayonara, and jane bye bye. And I will be back. I'll be doing a video later. So matashita sayonara.